I've talked about this Worthpoint trick before, but it was in a video with a bunch of other things, and for some reason, not all of you have seen every video I've put on this channel. I don't know why. If you ask me, and you should, you need to watch all of them. Although my early ones, they weren't all that good. They had good information, they just weren't all that good. I'm sure most of you have heard of Worthpoint, unless you're new to reselling. Worthpoint tracks data. Stop the tape. Stop the tape! Does anyone use tape anymore? How do you like my cool shades? These are blue blocker glasses. I was on a Zoom call once and put them on and someone said, "It's nice of Bono to join us tonight." I didn't really appreciate that. But anyway, if you know about Worthpoint, if you use it or don't use it and you don't want to use it, I don't really care. Listen, this is for everybody. I'm going to show you a trick with Worthpoint, even if you don't pay for it. So hang on, don't give up yet. This is not a how to use Worthpoint type of deal. This is a cool insight into how you can use Worthpoint for something you never thought of before. So just like I told my doctor, I need you to have a lot of patience. And now back to our show. From eBay sales years ago, maybe even before 2000. Worthpoint tracks sold items. Oddly, they will miss things once in a while. You can pay for a Worthpoint subscription if you want to, and if you do that, it will tell you what they sold for and allow you to do a few extra things that are helpful. You can sort by date listed, by price, and things like that. But in general, especially since eBay's sold data goes back 3 full years now, I would say Worthpoint, sadly, is not quite worth what it used to be to eBay resellers. I use it a lot, but that's because I have a subscription. Now, rarely do you need to go back more than 3 years to find sales data on an item. First of all, if something hasn't sold in 9 years on eBay, it's all changed. The world's changed, collectible markets have changed, the dollar has been debased by about 100%. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe the government's only destroyed about 75% of the dollar's spending power in the last 9 to 12 years. So prices won't mean anything. And really, nothing means anything that you can find on an old listing. So if you have this old antique coffee percolator that you can't find any pricing data on it, go to Worthpoint and find it if it's ever been sold on eBay before. By doing a search, if you're a subscriber to Worthpoint, it'll tell you when it sold, the category it sold in, things like that. But if you don't pay for Worthpoint, you can still find items that just won't tell you what they sold for. Again, I don't think the price is all that significant. It's been so many years, but I think you can learn a little bit from seeing an old listing or two that did sell when there haven't been any for sale since. Now, I use Worthpoint for that, but I use it for a different thing as well. I've been selling on eBay for so long, all of you know, over a quarter of a century. Yeah, I mean, I started when I was like 2.5 years old. So there's that. I use Worthpoint if I find something that I remember selling, I remember it went for a good price, and I just don't want to write the darn description all over again. And I don't trust AI to write the description for me. Spadeberry does a great job, but I do a better job. And recently, I ran across the Oak Ridge Boys Live. That was an album that they made decades ago, and they only made it for their fan club members, and that was a pretty small fan club for the time. The Oaks started making it big nationally, but they still were basically known as a gospel singing quartet, and not all that known nationally as they became 20 years later. So they had a little fan club, and I joined it because I always liked their music. And they sent us an album that was for fan club members only. It was the Oak Ridge Boys Live. It was the only live album they recorded for years and years, and they really haven't released any major label live albums since, as far as I know. They've done a few kind of off to the side where maybe they sell them at their concerts, a few live things once in a while, but I don't think there's been a major album released that's live. So it's a rare thing. There was such a low print run for this album. Most people who loved the Oak Ridge Boys, who wanted all of their albums, had no idea this thing existed. It was rarely for sale anywhere on eBay because there just weren't that many. I happened to have a copy and I thought, okay, it's a great album. It's in beautiful condition because I owned it, and I'd rather have the money than the album. And since I've kind of missed the album because it had a lot of songs they never recorded anywhere else, but I know I sold it and I need the description because I ran across the thing again. Actually, my wife Janie found it at a garage sale with a bunch of other album recordings and tapes. Now, I knew I wrote a great description. Now, this was before item specifics were ever around back. It turns out 2009. I didn't know exactly when I sold it, but I remember it was years ago. And I knew Worthpoint would find it. And I knew I wrote a fantastic description because that's the way keywords were found. There was pretty much just condition and description and a title, and that's all there was back then. And we didn't even have 80 character titles for a long time. They were shorter. I think titles were 64 characters for the first several years of eBay. That was terrible. And pretty much if you really wanted to be found in a search, you wrote a lot of text about your item that made sense, accurate, got the user's attention, that had a lot of keywords in it. And the more you told, the more you sold, it turns out. And I used to tell a lot because, as you know from these videos, I talk a lot. Plus, I considered myself an Oak Ridge Boys connoisseur at the time. And I just knew I wrote a darn good description. And before I listed this thing, I wanted my description that I had written. You know how it is. Let's say you're writing a description and it's just perfect. You write this beautiful description. You know all the item specifics are correct. The title is just going to be found in every single search. You're going to be top of the search engine and you're going to get your item sold right away, and your condition is perfectly worded and everything is just right, and you click the wrong button or something and you lose it all. Now, it's really frustrating that you lose it all, but what's more frustrating, and I think all of you will agree with me, and that is the second time you do something, it seems to never be as good as the first. The first time it's fresh in your mind, you think of new things, and then the next time you have to redo it, you forget half the stuff. Even though you just wrote it, it's never as good the second time. So I wanted to see that original description that I knew was too long for today's eBay, but I knew was a good one and that I could could pull from and that would really help me sell this recording for the second time. So I searched for the Oak Ridge Boys Live. I found a few of them. There might be 9 or 10 sold on eBay since Worthpoint started. Seems like that's about all there was. But I found my listing. Now again, this is too long for today's eBay's description. And they didn't even show all my other pictures, but I did used to take more than just one picture. And my titles may not have been all that good. Titles really weren't used for the search engine either. This was the old days of eBay. And again, the more you told, the more you sold when it comes to your description. So I just planted everything in the description. And listen to this. This is so good. What's that? You didn't know the Oak Ridge Boys ever recorded a live album? Most fans don't know that. This is a very special live album that was produced in an extremely limited run in the late 1970s. That was way before they became real famous. If any of you like the Oak Ridge Boys, that was before Y'all Come Back Saloon. So this really was back in their gospel days still. It featured Joe, Richard, Dwayne, and William, who turned out to be the same 4 guys who were there just a year or 2 or 3 ago whenever they stopped singing. This was the original 4. Collectors saw my album. They wanted it. I didn't know what to price it. I was the only one on eBay. Probably the first one ever tried to sell it on eBay way back then. And I priced it for I can see the price here, $61.56. I don't know how I came up with that price. No rhyme or reason. There were no offers, and there was no 13% off sales that you could run. I don't think there was anything like that on eBay. Often I would just pick prices that sounded like I'd really put a lot of thought into it when I hadn't, but my buyers would see $61.56. This guy must really know what he's doing. But I knew it was worth money, and it sold very quickly for $61. I was thrilled. I mean, $61 in 2009 was a whole lot more than $61 is today. And again, this is a great description, which there's no way I can use all of it, but I'm going to use a lot of it because it was a powerful pull. If I can get potential buyers to read my description, this will make them want this album. Probably, if it were in good condition, and I haven't looked at it, but if it's in really good condition, I probably would ask $249.99 for it today. But the big thing about this video, use Worthpoint to find descriptions you made years ago that you know were pretty good, and you don't want to have to rewrite everything. Worthpoint's great for that. It's good for other things too. Now, if you don't subscribe, you won't know what they sold for, but you will see descriptions, titles, and that will help you list something that you can't find anywhere else. So even a free Worthpoint is worth something to you when it comes to researching data in order to make listings. So add to your bag of tricks, worthpoint.com. You probably don't need to subscribe to Worthpoint unless you handle a lot of valuable collectibles. Then it's going to pay for itself because you really want to know over time what things have really sold for, the trend, if they're really valuable. If you're selling large Dresden pieces, you won't find matches. And you just need to have an idea of what they are, what they were called, where they were made, things like that. You can find those on these older listings from people who were knowledgeable about the items they sold, and you can grab information from their listings and use them in your own to or make your listings better. So Worthpoint's a valuable tool.